Hello everyone, and welcome back to 4KB Shorts, the Let's Play of Kerbal Space Program with Kerbal Space Adventures. Last time we took up a power module. Yes, power module. Today, I've already decided we're going to take up the O2 regulator, the O2 module, and I do remember that I mentioned that every module is going to have a hitchhiker unit. I did lie a little bit about that. Not every unit. Where did I put it? Where are you, O2? There it is. So this particular unit is actually going to be made up of one oxygen tank, which makes up 7,500 units of oxygen, I know, right? And then one life support integrated waste recycler, which will recycle oxygen and carbon dioxide. Well, recycle carbon dioxide into oxygen. Now, the cool part about this, pardon me, this thing's going to basically make our oxygen needs zero. I mean, I don't know if they thought about it when they built the Iron Cross mod that these things stack. So 2,000 units in one of these, and then you just put two of them together and you have 4,000 units. And then of course you have an oxygen system like this, and then you have another 7,500 units. I don't think they did the math when they were thinking of a space station, because that many units of oxygen, we could stay up there forever. I mean, we don't even need air. But if you notice, the size of the thing is exactly the same size as a hitchhiker. Probably a little bit heavier, but exactly the same size, which is epic, because that means, once again, with a modular build, we can go ahead and do this. We take one of these, and we go bloop, and we take one of these. Now these ones will be a little bit different than the other one, because remember the other one had the batteries on it, so these ones won't be exactly the same size as the power module, but that's okay. I'm sitting here flipping my mouse around trying to remember which way I'm going. I am, of course, going this way for these. So we're just going to go ahead and put this together really quick. Bam, like that. And then I think the regulator is going to go on the outside and the oxygen tank on the inside. Now, of course, this is not going to have a Kerbal in it. Kerbals aren't going to be able to use this. Like, they're not going to be able to go inside of it. So it honestly doesn't matter which way we put it. Well, it does matter which way we put it on, because, of course, we're going to have quantum struts. But other than that, it doesn't matter which way it goes. Ooh, that's only 3 quantum struts. It's not enough quantum struts. There we go. So yeah, we have the quantum strut. So this is basically what we're taking up this time around. And so it's just a basic oxygen module. Once this is up there, we won't need any more O2 ever again. We'll just need enough power to run the damn thing, and we're done. This is what I'm talking about when I was talking about size, like the way these things are designed and the way they're balanced. It doesn't feel like they've been balanced to be used with more than one. So if you stack 2 of these on top of each other, even though it is 3.4 tons, it's 7,500 units of oxygen. With, let's see, 7,500 units plus 2 of, there's gonna be 4 of these. Yeah, 7,500 plus 4 of these. That's another 8,000. That's what? 15,000? Yeah, we're over 15,000 units of oxygen. What are we going to do with all that oxygen? We can vent it into space and just still be fine. But, you know, whatever, we won't complain. So, we're going to take this up, of course. Now, I did tell you guys that I am going to cut things that aren't important. One of the things, of course, is the fact that you guys know what I'm going to take this up using. You guys know what the ship's going to look like. I may make some modifications to the original tug that I used, but for the most part, won't need to. This should work just fine. So I'll get that put together, and I think I'll see you guys on the launch pad. From there, we'll head up into orbit, just in case, just in case something goes wrong. And then from there, I'll skip over to the docking portion, because there's some other stuff I want to put in this video, because I had this really crazy, whacked out idea. So there's some other stuff I want to put in this video, and if nothing else, maybe we can get 2 modules up today. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and pause here, and I'll see you guys probably out on the launch pad. So I will see you guys there. Alright everyone, here we are out on the launch pad, and as you can see we have Zeroids, pardon me if I pronounced that wrong, Zeroids and Walrus as our crew. Everything's set up, everything's ready to go. I didn't change anything, I just added this module on top of our ship. We do have to head south this time around, so let's go ahead and get going, and hopefully everything will work out fine. So there's that. Perfect! Alright, so south will be this way, not this way. I gotta remember that. South will be this way, not this way. It's important that I remember that. If I don't remember that, then bad things happen to our Kerbals. Also, just so you know, even though there's 7,500 units of oxygen in here, which may seem super wonderful, there's only 50 in here, and they don't cross. We only have 50 units of O2. Or do we? Nope, apparently we don't. Never mind, I lied. Apparently we have a crap ton more oxygen than I thought. For whatever reason, I only thought we had the 50 in here, but nope. So we have 10,000 units of oxygen in this ship alone. And why are we tilting so poorly in that direction? We should not be doing that. There we go. There we go. Burn that out in the right direction, not the wrong one. Looks very pretty over there. That's very nice. Oh, we're about to get off our first stage. Bye-bye, first stage. Gonna throttle up to get our speed back up. Throttle up a little bit more. We're gonna push that center engine a little bit. Get rid of that so it's out of the way. Alright, here we go. 6,000. Getting closer. Center engine overheats a little bit, but not a lot. We also don't rotate very much, which is great. Rotating is bad. Our SAS isn't on, but I'm controlling this manually. Say, screw my SAS. Alright, so we want to head south, and that's this way. Because the ocean, yeah, we want to head south, and that's this way. So this is the way we're going, because this will match the orbit of the body in question. If it doesn't, if we don't, then we have too big of a problem, and we have to come back down. But we know we can, as long as we make it up okay. No, we need our orbital information, so I know where I'm at. My bad. There we go. Should be fine. Should be good to go. Alright, doing good. Looks like we're doing great. This is a very functional design. Probably a little bit bigger than it needs to be, but like I said, I like it. It works. 30,000. A little bit wobbly on this design. I added quantum struts to the tip of that thing, and I'm not sure that was the best idea at this point. Okay, engines off. Don't crash into anything. Okay, bring that back down. I always do that. I'm used to having lighter rockets, so I start to throttle up as soon as I hit my my arc, or as soon as I launch a stage, I throttle up. I keep forgetting not to do that because when I do that, with this one, I overheat the engines really bad. Okay, we're bringing our nose down a little bit. Whoa, our orbit is way off. We're gonna bring that back this way a little bit. 64. All right. Kind of bringing our speed up a little. We don't actually have to. 70. 70 should be fine. If it's not, we'll figure it out. We got some torque in this that's pretty good. Alright, there we go. So we're going to lose a little bit of speed, but we're at 71 kilometers versus 70. 50? Yeah, okay, we're leaving the atmosphere now, so we'll be fine. Fine. So this is working out for us. Once again, once we get into orbit, I will, of course, do all the maneuvers and stuff myself, get that all done off camera, and then I will meet you guys back up when we get to the ship. But we will be doing the full orbital maneuvers for you guys because that's a super important thing. That's a time when things can break, when stuff can go wrong, when pressures on the ship are really high. I mean, I could like throttle up this engine too fast, it could explode, the fuel tanks could explode, all sorts of stuff could go wrong. And so because of that, this is all something I want to keep you guys in on, pardon me. But we seem to be doing okay so far. I could do what am I talking about? Fast forward time, I guess, but I'm not going to because right now we're still under physical time acceleration law. And if I do physical time acceleration, all sorts of horrible things could occur. I think we should fix our orbit though a little bit, so we may burn this way instead of just straight, which is a little bit wasteful, but not too terribly so. Okay, there we go. We're going to do that a little bit. Throttle up. There we go. Try to keep our apoapsis roughly where it's supposed to be. I'm kind of fighting this a little bit, but that's... And, okay, like I said, bad things could occur. What the hell caused that? And are we dead? Or are my Kermits dead? That's a good question. Okay, Zeros, Walrus, you're still alive. Okay, Zeros. Whew, okay, so we just had a massive structural failure, but I think you guys will be okay. Well, hopefully you'll be okay. We don't need to do anything via our orbit. Actually, we need to lock you guys into something. What failed? We're going to have to see what failed once this is over, but I think it was that right there. I think that failed. So, and no, I didn't trigger that to happen. I just happened to be talking about something bad may occur. Something bad may occur. But it looks like it didn't. Zeros, Walrus, you survived, guys. A massive explosion. Massive failure. Wow, I do not know what happened here. Okay, I'm debating ditching this. I think we're going to have to. So, stage it out. Oh, crap. Okay, we'll just decouple it from here. No, we really need to decouple this unit now. Okay. And then the last two are these two. Let's get our parachutes up here. There we go. That should be fine. All right. So hopefully the only thing we have to worry about now is hitting some of the debris on the way in, because now we have to bring the ship back down. Whew. So glad I caught that on camera. I would have hated to leave you guys out just to have that like fail on us. Oh, actually, you know what? We are a little bit top heavy due to... Bye-bye. No, 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 other ship. Other ship. Other ship. Now. Now, no, other. Whenever you're ready. There it is. I probably went the wrong way. I probably went the wrong way, but we needed to decouple that, so. Ooh, all this debris out here. Well, at least it's all falling back to Kerbin. That is a very expensive loss right there, though, just so you guys know. I did call this the bubble, by the way, and I guess I guess our bubble popped. Now that I think about it. I named the ship the bubble because I was thinking of it as an air bubble because we're taking up air, of course. Uh-oh, there we go. We're starting to lose our friction there. And T, now hold us steady. There we go. There we go. Okay, that'll hold us in position. So that's all falling down. We're actually losing speed. Why did this change back to where it was? Don't. Why are we stage locked? Don't. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, we're coming a little fast. We're coming a little fast, but yeah, we're not coming in that fast at all. Done. That's a pretty quick burn in. Like I said, just have to worry about hitting our stuff on the way in, but it looks like it's all, except for that engine. That engine probably has as much drag as we do, but the rest of the stuff does not. Strangely enough, most of it made it in okay. That's kind of cool. We're at 9,000 meters, right? That's what it looks like we're at. Alright, we're going to want to roll over. I don't want to roll over. So we should pop our chutes. Absolutely. I think... Well, we can kind of turn this off, I think. There we go. Yeah, we're coming in a little bit more stable now that the parachutes are out. Alright, so a failure to launch. Horrible failure. I have no idea what happened. I did some stuff to the ship in the VAB, but I changed it all back. I didn't undo it, I actually physically changed it back. I don't know if that may have been the problem or not, but something happened. We were just going along and bam. Like I said, we'll have to check it once we hit the thing. But let's check on Zeros and Walrus. You guys okay? Looks like... Whoa. Well, somebody's happy. Sounds like stuff's hitting the water, though. They're coming in kind of hard. There you go. Boom. Alright, so all of our ship parts have hit the water. I think we've slowed down enough to where nothing else will be coming... Oh, there you go. Got some units there. Hopefully that gets destroyed. Okay. Yeah, if the units don't get destroyed when they hit the water, they'll sometimes fall into Kerbin, and if that happens, it really craps out the game. You actually have to go in and manually delete the part. And any mod I find that is a thing, usually it's because the part has too high of a structural integrity. Like they've miscalculated the structural integrity, so when it hits the water or hits the ground, it doesn't detonate, it just passes through the mesh and then goes. So, but it's basically invincible. You know, no amount of force from impact will ever destroy it. And so it starts to orbit the inner core of the planet, and then of course it screws up everything. So you can't end flights, you can't exit anything, you have to crash the game to get out, and then you have to delete the part manually from the parts or from the area, and then do it again. Which is why I still use the basic quantum strut stuff. There was a mod put out for the quantum strut which allowed you to add more awesome looking parts, and I liked it and I added it, but those parts would always not break on impact and they'd fall into Kerbin every single time. So, but Zeros and Walrus, you have made it back to the surface. My apologies, gentlemen, that your flight has suddenly like detonated for absolutely no reason. I have no idea why. Let's go ahead and check our stats. In flight, liftoff, separation stage 6, FLA5 adapter exceeded G-force tolerance. FLA5 adapter? Rockomax brand adapter 02 exceeded G-force tolerance. FLA5 adapter exceeded G-force tolerance. Rockomax Jumbo 64 fuel tank exceeded G-force tolerance. Rockomax brand adapter 02 exceeded G-force. Really? Separation of stage 1 confirmed. Okay, so that wasn't the explosion part. FLR-25RCS fuel tank splashed down hard and was destroyed. Oh no, separation of stage 1 confirmed was something else. Yeah, that was our parachutes deploying. So yeah, this right here, G-force tolerance. What was our G-force? What was it? Most G's endured 8.6 from a simple thrust? Wow, really? Okay, I think that design has now been considered flawed. I'm going to have to redesign the shuttle, the ship, to get us up into orbit. I'm still going to try to go with a two-man team, of course. But I think I'm going to have to redesign the ship to get our parts into orbit, because if that can happen, that is way too dangerous to have flying about. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I will see you guys back in the VAB once I've worked something out for that. Alright everybody, I think I figured out what the problem was. The FLA5 adapter is this unit right here. Now, when those broke off, these basically started falling, and they hit this tank and detonated the tank. After that, the whole ship just ripped itself apart. And the reason why I think these broke off is because they actually can't stand very much force at all. They were very, very, very low impact tolerance, 6 impact tolerance. And I think that also goes for G-force. Now, if you notice, I put quantum struts here, which were holding this entire unit in place, because I didn't want it to like bend and wobble. So basically it was pushing down on these, which was pushing down on this at an angle, and it just ripped these completely off, which then of course caused the rest of the explosion. I'm pretty sure if I take off these, the ship will not have so much of a problem. Now, what I was originally going to do with these, honestly speaking, was I was going to put them like this, and then have them aimed not up like that, but down like this, so they were connected to the ship, so they would not wobble as much. But when I saw them connect here, I thought, hey, that'll be fine, and I left them like that. But if that's the way it's going to be, we're just going to go ahead and do that. Now that way those things don't take any more impact than what they've already been taking. So now this is connected to here, it's connected to here. That should work fine. What was happening is this was being pushed down, and it was basically pushing out and down on these arms. So we're going to go ahead and stick with this design for one more flight. I think Walrus and Zeroids might want to take a little break on that one though, so I'll see you guys out on the launch pad really quick. And I'm going to record the flight, absolutely, but because we've already flown most of the way up there, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to record the flight, and if nothing happens, I'm just going to skip it, you know, because if everything works and the ship hasn't been changed, nothing's really been changed, everything's been working fine. So I'll see you guys either during a horrible, horrible accident or up in orbit, because that sounds like a pretty good idea. So I'll see you guys there. Alright everybody, I lied a little bit. I did want to go back to our crew roster and just grab some crew really quick. Stop that. I also wanted to show you that if you look, we have ourselves an actual eclipse going on. Isn't that awesome? I never seen that before. I don't know if any of you have seen that either. That's actually pretty wicked that we have an eclipse like that. Now, of course, you guys are going to see how I select people. We need to add crew to here, and we're just going to go ahead and grab... Who haven't we used? There's a lot of you guys here. I need to remember who I've used. We'll go grab Talos Azra, and well, we'll go with someone normal. We'll go with Danny. So we have Talos and Danny. It's a good combination, right? All right, but yeah, I wanted to show you guys the eclipse, and you know that's totally awesome. I didn't want you guys to miss it, so I was going to select the crew and then show it. But honestly, meanwhile we're here, we'll go ahead and show liftoff since we have that option. So let's go ahead and do liftoff. And there we go. We have the moon totally eclipsing the sun. We will launch during an eclipse. There's no bad luck with that, is there, right? We can launch during an eclipse. Nothing bad will happen. You know, the gods are with us and whatnot. Maybe we can see the sun rise over the moon. I don't know. It looks so awesome. It really does. They actually did the flare and everything. It's not dark here on Kerbal, unfortunately, but that's okay. You know, if the only light actually came from the sun, like, well, I don't know. If planets are ever added shadow, that would be awesome. Like actual shadow rather than light occlusion on your ship, but actual shadow. That would be really awesome. But for now, it looks like just this. And as I said, not going to record the whole flight. We know the ship works, so I will see you guys most likely in orbit now that the eclipse is slowly going off there. So I will see you guys when we get there. Alright everyone, here we are. Very close to our target, very close to docking, doing really, really well. I'm actually timed warped, so I have to be very careful about that. But we're actually docking pretty well, and this thing, I don't know why, putting the struts on makes this thing wobble so much less. It also makes the ship work so much better. I think we may keep this design. We do have that problem with the SAS doing that thing, but other than that, it's actually working pretty well. Now that I have basic controls worked out, of course, so we can do things like this. Luckily for me, we did come up on the exact right port on it. Downside is that I actually used way too much monopropellant getting up here because we lost we got here with the rocket just fine. I just dumped the rocket a little early. So what ended up happening is, we want to turn that back on and we want to go this way. What ended up happening is I ditched the rocket a little bit early, and so we were going like, I don't know, about 2 meters per second, and we were lower in orbit than this was. So what we ended up doing was burning half our monopropellant just to catch up with this thing. But we did make it. We are here. We are going to load up here really quick. Just get on in there. We're going to turn that off, I think, and we'll just kind of nose up a little bit. There we go. Oh, not so much, not so much. I love this docking camera. Greatest thing ever. If you guys don't have it, absolutely get it. Get it for every version of the game. I know some people are like, it's cheating. Well, you know, if you were in first person mode, you wouldn't think so. You really wouldn't think so. Alright, so we are in chase cam here. So it should just be dunk. Go ahead, lock in. Oh yeah, T and R, and we are good to go. So our oxygen module is locked in. It looks like all of our quantum struts are currently connected and functioning. So once again, we have made it into orbit. We have docked. We have done our thing. One minor error, of course, when we almost blew up. Now, since most of this is actually getting towards the dark side of Kerbin, we can kind of turn on our lights and check it out. Oh, isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? Now, of course, we do have these lights aimed at this, so it is a little bit brighter on the sides, but honestly, that's not so bad. At least from this side. This side's actually not so bad. It's actually basically what you probably find at a normal space station. Now, I had debated, just so you guys know, we're going to quick save just in case there's an error of some kind. I did debate whether or not we should leave a Kerbal up here. And I thought maybe Danny or Talos could be left up here, but not yet, because there's no living module. We do have a power module, and we do have an O2 module, which is great. We're up to 12,000 units of oxygen. But we don't really have a living module. So other than the command module, we can't have a Kerbal in here. And I like to have 2 Kerbals per ship. That's my thing for this run, is we are going to have a pilot co-pilot combination. You can't just have one guy unless you're doing a one-man mission, and these are not one-man missions. But I did promise last video, and you guys kind of called me out on it, I did promise last video that we were going to extend the solar panels up here, and since we are actually lower down on the station, I think we can go ahead and extend these solar panels safely without any issues. So we're going to actually do that now as sort of a housekeeping thing, I think, just to keep everything running and on time, and I think I can do that externally using Danny or Talos. Now, I can ippy-dippy this if you guys want, just to keep it fair, because I don't want to play favorites, so we'll just do that. We'll ippy-dippy my spaceship on a course of true, past Neptune and Pluto's moon. The one I choose is you. Talos! Okay, Talos is going to EVA for us. Now, he's got 2 jobs today. Don't you, Talos? You have 2 jobs. No, we're not going to turn on the station lights, buddy. But what we are going to do is you can go ahead and turn on your lights and let go. Very nice. Turn on your RCS. And let's just mosey on up here. Now, like I said, I'm pretty sure I can do this externally of the ship. You can activate anything that can be activated internally. I believe you can activate externally using a Kerbin. I believe, but we will have to find out the hard way. Right-click and extend panel. Hey, there you go, buddy. So yeah, he's going to go ahead and extend that solar panel so we can get some power up in here, just so the lights are on and everything's nice and warm when we come up with the command module, or the living quarters module. And there's our other panel. Alright, so we've extended both solar panels. Look at that. Isn't that nice? That is pretty. We're not really turned into Kerbal, I believe is how you pronounce the sun's name. We're not exactly turned into the sun directly, but that is not bad. That is not bad at all. So that'll help keep the power up if we need it. I think we're good here. We don't have any O2 modules to worry about. We don't have anything like that to worry about. Everything's working fine. All the quantum struts are connected properly. We have power to make sure the quantum struts are still running. We should be good to go. So let's go ahead and get Talos back inside. I know, it's not a real big... Oh, no, we can't get Talos back inside, can we? Let's go ahead and decouple. Now, this whole thing is rolling slightly, and we're about to cross over the North Pole, which is going to make everything get even weirder, but everything's rolling slightly, so we're going to decouple node. Boink. Alright, now you can go back inside, little buddy. Let's go ahead and do that before something bad happens, either to you or to the ship. Oh, wow, this is really... Oh, okay, and board. Board? Please board? There we go. I don't want to take you down not boarding. Okay, so we're spinning because we're on the North Pole. We are in linear, so we want to just kind of... we need RCS on. We just kind of want to back away. That's all we want to do, just a light little tap back away. So there is our, well, the biggest part of the space station really is the solar panels at this point, but there's our O2 module. So our O2 module has been locked in. Yeah, once I got these things done wobbling, this thing worked really well. I don't know why it works so well, but it does. And the fact that it's also a return module just makes it even more epic. By the way, we have some debris out there, the bubble debris. Once again, we kept the name. It is the bubble. I didn't call it like Bubble 2 or anything, because the names will be lost once we get to a point where we are naming the station, so all the individual names will be lost. But I like to name each individual ship just because I'm like that. Alright, so here we go. lock ourselves in. We seem to be out of the way of the ship. Let's check our orbital information. Our apoapsis is 73, periapsis is 71. Time to apoapsis is 25, but our time to periapsis is 9. We may actually have to rotate around the planet once, because I'm not sure how this monopropellant is going to work. But let's go ahead and just give it a quick spritz test. And to do that, I need to turn this on. Let's go ahead and give it a quick spritz test. How's that working? Oh, 70? Okay, yeah, we're good. We're good, okay. We'll just go ahead and do that from here. And we'll bring down our thrust, and we'll watch the station fly by, nice and silhouetting the sun and our ship. There we go. Bye-bye. So it's getting up there. We're getting good. That's 2 modules out of what? 5? Well, 5, because the 6th node is actually taken up by the ship. All right. We're gonna have to rotate slightly. Rotate slightly. All right. And then there. All right. And then R and just. Now we should just bring this down as far as we can. That's all we're gonna do. Same thing we do every time. Just bring everything down as far as we can. So it's 63 clicks. We will keep coming down though. We have more than enough. I remember last time, this is enough RCS fuel to do a lot of stuff. I could probably put a couple more jets here and here for extra, like, reverse thrust, or even, well, I couldn't put one here, I don't think, for extra reverse thrust, but I'm also concerned that might actually cause a problem, so we're not going to do that. I think we'll just keep with these 2, and that way I can monitor how much thrust we're actually using, which isn't really that much. So deorbiting using RCS, not the worst idea ever. I was never a big fan of it. I'd watch Scott Manley do it, and I'd be like, oh, I could never do that. It just takes too long. But if you don't have room for extra fuel tanks, if you don't have room for anything like that, and you're going to be doing docking maneuvers anyway, put on a couple of RCS jets. And of course, if you notice, I'm using the single directional jets. I don't know why they seem to work better for me. Probably because they only go in one direction, so I never have to worry about which direction that might be. We lost our rotation a little bit, so we will rotate up. Turn that on. There you go. Just want to make sure we are burning most efficiently. That is very important that we burn in the most efficient manner so that we don't lose anything. Look at that, you can see the definitions on the mountain. This is why I like coming in solo over Kerbin, because you can actually see it's. I know that there's a better map. They do a more high resolution texture up high, so when you look back at Kerbin, you can see more edging and ridges and stuff. But you never get that mountainous definition, like the little bumps and stuff you see here, that you get when you're this low down. I love it, and you can see like the tops of the mountains have sunlight on them there and there, but nowhere else because they're not poking over. You can see the definition here and the rivers. It's awesome to me. It really is. I know some people will be like, well, you can go out further or whatever, but I thought a low orbit would be one. It's more difficult. A low orbit is much more difficult. Even with a big rocket like taking us up, it's much more difficult. It's also much more scary because, not getting back is easy. As you can see, we're just using RCS and we can get back without a problem. It's the getting up here, and then when you're doing your EVA and you're kind of just going around the ship and everything, and you look down and all you see is Kerbin. Everywhere you look is Kerbin. There's like nothing else there. At 100 kilometers and 150, and some people put their ships up there, or their stations up there at like 500,000. I've seen people tell me, it's like, I got mine up there at almost 10 million. It's like, why do you want your orbit the same as the moon? The moon is a space station, buddy. But some people do that. They're like, I can't land on the moon, so I just put a space station at like 10 million kilometers. I'm like, no, don't. Yeah, see how stable it is, by the way? It only did the thing like once or twice, and now it's like perfectly stable again. Yeah, it's because these things aren't wobbling. So those struts really helped this time. And I really do apologize for Walrus and Zerois, the fact that I put these aimed in the wrong direction out of awesome, and of course they crashed out. So I do apologize for that. They are recovering nicely. They made it back. We are debriefing them, giving them psychological debriefings, asking them wonderful questions like, what was it like? Oh my god, was there an explosion? Was there sound in space? Did you hear it? It's things like that. Asked them about the shark they brought back. We were curious. We didn't send them with any fishing gear, but they seem to have been able to catch a shark, and they brought it back. So we now have a pet shark. I'm not going to make, I was about to make, but I'm not going to make any jokes regarding laser beams on their heads. Okay, 22K, I think we'll keep it at 21. What did we do last time? Like 21K? It was kind of a steep angle. I guess we'll do it like that, like 20K. So it will probably come in even steeper than that. But 20K is more than enough. We know that for a fact. So we are going to flip on this. We are going to rotate properly. There we go. We're going to rotate properly and get out from underneath this thing before... I have a curiosity. That thing has no power, and these lights work on power, right? So let's go ahead. I want to see something. Let's kick on the power. So the lights are on. Now we're going to flip over to this. We are stage locked. We don't want to be stage locked anymore. We are going to jettison that stage, and I want to see if those lights go out, you know? They do! Oh, that's sweet. That is absolutely sweet that those lights go out like that. Let's go ahead and stage lock again. Remind me, guys, that we are stage locked. Always important to remind me that we're stage locked. I know you put it in the comments, you're like, KB, but no, really, remind me. Tell me in the comments if I'm stage locked. That way when I'm being an idiot, I'm like, what's going on? What's happening? I don't understand. You guys can be like, well, I was yelling at you in the comments, man. You need to learn not to be stage locked. It's like, oh, my bad. Alright, so here we go. We're starting to pick up more speed than we're losing, but that's okay. That is okay. Bye-bye. He shouldn't be a problem. Ooh, what's that? Is that a little itty-bitty lake? Oh, no, it's a big lake. It looked like a little bitty dot of water, and then it, like, up-converted into a big lake. So I don't know what river that is. I don't even know if it is a river. It looks like it might have been or might be a river if you're closer to it. Probably is if you're closer to it. You like this big arcing, yeah, it turns into a river as you get closer. Big arcing river. I don't know. I wonder if there's a way to force a render map to be high definition at this low altitude. That would be cool. I would do that for at least for Kerbin, or you know, if they would give it as an option for high-end computers where you could like force the the terrain render to work properly, like to work high definition at low orbit, so that you can look down and you can see high definition. Because you know, Earth doesn't do that. We don't go up in space, look down at Earth, and be like, I could see stuff if it wasn't in such low resolution. Quick, put it on the HD screen. Well, why are we? Oh, because my hand is in the wrong. Okay, let's try that again. Put my hand in the wrong place, and I just screwed up our wonderful, wonderful, wonderful descent. So let me go ahead and stop our rotation. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're about to hit Atmo. So there we go. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. I was doing something else, and I ended up like screwing up our rotation really bad. My bad. Oh, Talos is having fun. There you go, guys. You can look at the sun. Not that it's the brightest idea. I made a pun. Not that it's the brightest idea to look directly at the sun, but you can. You guys, I mean, you got helmets on, right? Those things have protective visors. Someone somewhere told me that once. That's okay because this magnetic tape gets erased every time because, of course, it is a magnetic tape and we are in space. Actually, I don't know if that's a problem. I would think that it would be an unshielded magnetic tape like that going through, the magnetosphere and just getting hit by solar radiation and sunlight. It would probably just warp the crap out of the tape. But it doesn't matter because it looks awesome. You know what's really sad? Those wires right there at the end remind me of the C4 explosive on Counter-Strike. And honestly, when I played Counter-Strike, now when I say when I played Counter-Strike, I mean not new Counter-Strike. I'm talking old school Counter-Strike beta 0.3, back when it was just Counter-Strike and no one cared. Which I don't play anymore, just in case any of you are going to ask me. I haven't played Counter-Strike in quite some time. But it reminds me of when they added the C4 explosive, and the thing I thought was the coolest thing about the C4 explosive more than anything else was the wires coming out of it. I know, right? That was like the coolest thing. I would want to plant the bomb just so I could see my guy poking the buttons. Well, way back then, you just put it down and you saw the taskbar go across, and then boom, you're done. But then they added like the poking of buttons. I think I remember that. Might be from a different game. Anyway, I just have my guy, do the thing, and I just love like looking at the C4, going, "Oh my God, look at those wires! They're awesome." Maybe that's what gets me. It's all the little bleeping buttons and wires. I don't know. I just like stuff like that. It's very retro, and I like that design. I have some ideas of my own for like KSP mods, but you know what? We're sitting here going slow. I'm sorry, guys. I've been wasting all your time talking. Probably just cut all that out. Yeah, I do apologize for that. I really do. I was waiting for everything to come in, but it looks like we were just... My bad. I do apologize. Talking about wasting your guys' time. So I don't want to waste your guys' time while I'm sitting here talking about stuff. But yeah, while we're coming in more quickly, I have been like looking into... Okay, well, I have modded stuff in the past. You guys really don't need to hear about that. I don't know, I'm just talking. But basically, I've modded stuff in the past, and I've done modeling in the past, like this kind of modeling, not the other kind of modeling. I've done like 3D modeling in the past. I'm just not very good with textures, is really where I fall flat. And you guys have seen my intros and stuff, and you can see my stuff. And I do other art, so I do draw, but for whatever reason, when it comes to pattern textures, I blank. I'm terrible at it. Something like this, something as simple as this, black and white dots, a line, a yellow line. I see it, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty simple, pretty awesome. I couldn't do it. I absolutely couldn't do it. It would never look right to me. I would make a texture like that, and I'd be like, this looks horrible. So I don't know, maybe it's color choice, maybe it's lighting, maybe it's design, maybe it's the model design. But anyway, I have thought about like making mods for KSP, but for the moment, I'm perfectly happy making videos for you guys, and along with videos, altering other people's mods to suit my needs. Because I'm really good at that. I'm absolutely good at doing that. Okay, here we go. Now we got some fire physics. Are we still in time warp? No, we're not. Okay, we're in regular time. Not sure why I backed out of it, but there we go. Let's get some flame physics going on, some flame stuff going on while I'm sitting here talking to you guys. And once again, I don't apologize for talking to you guys for so long, but I do apologize for not fast forwarding like I said I would. I blanked. It's been one of those days. We're going to hit ocean. Ocean is nice. I like ocean. Ooh, mountains. Oh, big mountains. I can't wait for the mountains in 0.21. I've got some great ideas about the mountains. I don't know if I've mentioned to you guys about my ideas about the mountains in 0.21. Anyone who's been in the KSP streams, who may have seen me in the KSP streams, like the KSP TV streams, have probably heard my awesome ideas because I yell it at everybody who's test driving 0.21. I was yelling at them going, do this, and none of them wanted to. None of them would do it. I'm like, are you kidding me? Do it. And they wouldn't. So I don't know if they didn't hear me or they just weren't interested, but yeah, I have some ideas, and I'm pretty glad they didn't, because if they would have ruined it for me, I would have cried. So let's go ahead and, there we go. Nope, on. Well, that works. We'll come in sideways. Let's not come in sideways. Let's come in like we're supposed to come in. Like, wow, it really wants to come in sideways. Oh, that's why. Ah, stop it. Okay, fine, close enough for jazz, Jesus. I just need to slow down. Okay, so apparently Danny and Talos aren't going to make it very far if I keep this crap up. Alright, let's go ahead and stage lock KB. See, I told you guys need to remind me of this stuff. You guys don't remind me, I lose out. Alright, there we go. And we're just closer to that, the better. There. Alright, so Danny and Talos were able to deliver the bubble. Once again, my apologies to Zeros and Walrus, yes, Walrus, because I do apologize that I was not able to make it your guys' flight. Pretty awesome what you guys did, though, and you did make it back alive, and those are two wonderful things, and you got a shark. I mean, come on, you got a shark, guys. Don't complain too much. Probably caught it in their helmet. I mean, it was kind of a small shark. Could only fit like 2 Kerbin in its mouth. Maybe that's how they caught it, from the inside. Yeah, who knows, Walrus might have been a secret agent at one time. Alright, coming down. This is where I really don't like fast forwarding time, but at 500 meters is really where we have to worry about it. So, bam, okay. And our negative descent is still up. We're good to go. Don't really like doing time acceleration, but I don't know where to cut all that talking if I am going to cut all that talking. So I am going to save you guys a little bit of moments by fast forwarding here a little bit. Whoa. Wow, we can see the seam in the water. We can see the ocean floor too. Look at that. It's pretty sweet. One of these days I'll have life forms down there, so maybe we can, one day, catch a shark. Maybe do an opposite of Kerbal Space Adventures and do like Kerbal Underwater Adventures or something. Sequest 2026, or whatever the hell that show was. If you guys remember Sequest, back in the day, with the talking dolphins. Yeah, probably not. I do. Come on, hit the damn water so we can go. At this point you guys are like, KB, you're like 4 inches from the ground. What bad could happen? Believe me, lots of bad can happen. And we have hit the water. Our SAS unit's trying to keep us stabilized. So there you go. Let's see. We want to do a test. Test. And we go up like so, and it will almost. It's almost keeping us stabilized. Almost, but not quite. Boop. Can you guys see the water from there? Wait, is that the sky? I think we rolled over. Okay, there's ocean. Oh wait, here we go. Can we roll it? Ah, we can see the ocean. Ooh, okay. I'll be done making you guys see sick and wasting your time. Alright, now, I did say I have some Kerbal tested. Sweet. I did tell you guys that I had something special for you, Minmus. But with the crash and everything, like the explosion and everything, I'm not sure if it'll fit in this video, and I'm not sure it's appropriate for this video, honestly. It's actually more appropriate for one of the next stages that we have to do, but it's something awesome, and I hope you guys really enjoy it. I'm really looking forward to it, and if we can get it done before 0.21, it would probably make a great point in this film, I guess, or in the show. Show, whatever. Wow, I'm doing really bad today. So once again, I would like to thank you all for joining me for Kilobyte Short on this rather oddball, backwards, upside down, talky, let's play of Kerbal Space Adventures and Kerbal Space Program, and I will absolutely see you next video.